Because there is a lot of snow on the road, I'm going to take my foot off the brake pedal and let the car move gently. So one winter I was driving with my ball tires on and I was going down a slope. And right at the end of the slope, there was an intersection and guess what? I hit a curb. Now, talking about slowing down or stopping, you want to slow down a little bit earlier and never try to catch a yellow. Hello everyone, the snow is here and I'm sure you want to learn how to drive in snow. Driving in snow is one of the most difficult things to do. So in this video, I'm going to break it down into 4 simple points for you so that it's easier for you to understand and it becomes easier for you to drive in snow. You want to drive confidently and safely in snow. So let's take a look. So when it comes to driving in the snow, the first thing that you want to ask yourself is it necessary for me to go out there and drive in that snow? If the answer is no, then stay put. If the answer is yes, then you want to know how to drive safely, and this is exactly what I'm going to show you in the video. So if it's really necessary for you to go out there and drive in that snow, the first thing that you want to make sure is that your car has either winter tires or it has all-season tires with good amount of tread. You don't want to drive with ball tires. I've made that mistake. So one winter, now this is before I became a driving instructor. So one winter I was driving with my ball tires on and I was going down a slope. And right at the end of the slope, there was an intersection and there was a red light. So I was trying to make a stop for that light, but I couldn't stop. Even though I was braking, my car wouldn't stop. It kept sliding. And guess what? I hit a curb. And after I hit the curb, my car stopped because my tire broke and there was a lot of other damage done to the car. So the repair cost me $500 and I was lucky getting away with that small amount. Now I'm saying lucky because, hey, what if there was a car or a pedestrian or someone, then that damage would have been far bigger than the $500 that I had to spend. And let's not forget the hike in the insurance price that would have, that I would have to pay year after year. So you don't want to take that chance. You want to have winter tires on. They are cheaper than the cost you would have to pay towards the repair. So make sure you drive with winter tires.
Hey, if you're new to this channel, then make sure you check out other videos in the video section of this channel. And also check out the playlists for different types of videos. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Now, the next thing after the tires is visibility. You want to make sure that, you have good visibility when you're driving in the snow. Hey, the first thing you want to start with is clearing off the snow from your car. So you want to make sure that there's no snow on top of the car because that, as you drive, it's going to go back on your windshield and stay there. And, so you don't want that to happen. And the next thing is you want to make sure that the mirrors are also clean. A lot of people would clean the car, but they would forget to clean the mirrors. So you want to remove the snow from the mirrors also. And next thing about visibility is that you want to turn on the heat. Hey, you want to make sure that your heat is functioning properly in winter because, if you will be driving your car with your windows up and if you don't have the heat on or the AC on, it's going to get foggy. Why I'm saying AC is because if your heat is not working, you can at least turn on the AC to remove the fog from the windshield. But you want to make sure that the heat is working. And hey, let's say your heat is not working. What you can do is before you go for repairing your heat, you can, and if you have to drive, so you can roll down the windows a little bit so that you can remove the fog from the windows. And another thing I want to tell you about the rear windows is that you want to turn on this button so that it can remove the snow from the windshield, the rear windshield. If you have rear wipers, that's great. If you don't, then make sure this function is working in your car. And when you sit in the car, you want to make sure that this knob is turned towards the windshield so that the air can be directed towards the windshield. You want to turn on the fan, keep it at 2 or 3, whatever you want. And you want to have the right temperature setting. In winter, I would keep it towards heat. So ensuring that you have proper visibility is very important when driving in snow. Now, talking about slowing down or stopping, you want to slow down a little bit earlier. You know, if you have to stop, then again, you start braking a little bit earlier than you normally would, because it takes longer for you to stop in snow than it would in a normal situation. When going through intersections, you have to be very careful. One, you want to look on your left and right before you go through an intersection, because there could be cars that are not able to stop. You know, when it's a fresh green light, there are cars trying to stop on the other side, and sometimes they would not be able to stop. So you want to be very careful. That's that. And never try to catch a yellow. Hey, sometimes some people try to go through a yellow light. Do not make that mistake of going through a yellow light on a snowy day. You know, it's as soon as you see the yellow, try to brake. And if you're able to stop, your car will give you the feedback, right? So if you're able to make that stop, then stop. Otherwise, go through that intersection. Even if you have to go slow and it turns red on you while you're in the intersection, it's still okay, because other people will understand that it's a snowy day and the roads are slippery. So do not worry about that. But hey, safety first. If you're able to stop, stop. Otherwise, go through it. So now comes the most exciting part, which is driving. I'm going to break driving down into 3 different components. 1 would be starting off, 2 is driving along, and 3 is slowing down or stopping. So let's take a look. So I'm going to start the car now, and because there is a lot of snow on the road, I'm going to take my foot off the brake pedal and let the car move gently. So you start off slow. You want to know whether your tires are taking a grip or not. And then you start by accelerating gently. You want to know how your car is behaving. That's very important, right? Every time you start, you have to start slow. A lot of people just hit the gas pedal, and guess what? The car starts sliding and they crash. So you don't want to make that mistake. Go slow. And now comes driving along. While you're driving, right, you want to drive slower than the speed limit, the recommended speed limit. So right now on this road, I'm going slow. Normally I would drive at 40 kilometers per hour, but I'm driving at 30 kilometers per hour on this road. And you know what? Another thing I want to tell you is that you want to follow the trails. Right now the road is clear. They have put salt on the snow, but on the roads where you see a lot of snow, you want to follow the trails left by other cars. You don't want to drive where there is a lot of snow already on the road. Now comes turning. So I'm going to make a right turn here, and right turns or left turns, they're both wider in snow because of the snow collected on the sides of the road. So you want to make sure. I would not make a right turn if I see a car in the other lane, because you don't know how wide you'll have to go when you're making a right turn. So you want to let the cars pass in both the lanes, and then you want to make that safe right turn. Since turns are slow in the snow, you want to let this car pass before you make the right turn. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind when making a right turn is that your right turn is going to be wider because of the snow collected on the side of the road. So you should also wait for the car in the other lane to pass before you make the right turn. Now, let's see what could go wrong if you made the right turn when the car was in the other lane. So in this situation, you had to use the other lane slightly, and that is what led to a collision. So you want to wait until that car passes. For the following distance, you want to make sure that you have a good safe distance. You know, double the following distance in snow, right? That's because you want to leave some room for correction, just in case that the car in front of you brakes suddenly and you want to stop, or you have to brake, then you should have enough room to slow down without hitting that car in front of you. So now I'm going to show you how to make a smooth left turn. Again, you want to go very slow. Turns should be very slow, very cautious, very cautiously done. You want to go slower than you normally would, because hey, if you're going too fast and you suddenly have to brake for some reason, you would go crashing into another car or into a pedestrian or a curb. So you want to be very careful when making a left turn. Now take a look at this example. In this example, the second car is trying to go right after the first car, and there is another car approaching from the front. And this is what's going to happen if the car from the front is not able to brake in time. So you don't want to make that mistake. You want to make sure that the car has passed, right? And then you make the safe left turn. So that's that about snow driving, my friend. I hope you learned something from this video, which is going to help you pass the road test and become a good and a safe driver in snow. So if there is anything that I missed in this video, then make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will try to make part 2 of this video. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being a lovely audience. I love you all.